Welcome, everybody. My name's Colton from Zimtu Capital. Today I'm here with the CEO of Commerce Resources, Chris Grove. Chris, thanks for coming in.
Hey, my pleasure, Colton.
So it's been a while since we chatted, but you did have some really great news out today. Maybe you can go over what that news is.
Yeah, I'd be very glad to. Today we announced the signing of a letter of intent with the Saskatchewan Resource Council. The letter of intent is for ultimately Commerce Resources to supply feedstock material to what will most likely become the first commercial rare earth element processor in Canada, and also potentially the first rare earth element metallization facility in North America. This is the Saskatchewan Resource Council, or SRC as we say, and we've known them for about 4 years since they first were financed by the government of Saskatchewan. And I really have to say kudos to Scott Moe and the government of Saskatchewan for basically realizing the opportunity that exists in the Western world in terms of rare earth elements.
So how does this relationship play out between Commerce and SRC moving forward? So you guys will provide them with rare earth elements from the Ashram deposit. Maybe you can just describe a little bit more about that.
Absolutely. So most likely we will produce, or we will send a part of the current production of 1.5 kilos of the a superior mixed rare earth carbonate concentrate that is being produced right now at Hazen Research in Golden, Colorado. I say superior because we did produce a commercially marketable sample of mixed rare earth carbonate last year, and we did deliver 1.1 kilograms of that material to 3 industry processors. In terms of that material, though, we realized there were a couple of small issues with it, and those issues have been taken care of in this current production of 1.5 kilos. So SRC will likely receive an amount of this mixed rare earth carbonate, which again is commercially marketable and is very valuable material. It is approximately equal to the most valuable rare earth concentrate being produced commercially today, at least in the West, and that would be the material produced by Lynas out of Australia. And Lynas are the only commercially significant new rare earth element producer in the last generation. The thing is that the Ashram is a much larger deposit as well than Lynas, than what Lynas has. So ultimately, we will, in the next month or so, deliver a sample of our mixed rare earth carbonate to SRC in Saskatoon, and then ultimately, once Commerce Resources is in production, then we will send them a percentage of our future production.
And so I don't know if you mentioned already, but when will this facility be up for SRC?
SRC's facility, I believe, will be up and running with solvent extraction, producing separated rare earth oxides early next year. Okay. And I believe they will also have the metallization circuit in operation at that time as well, which is very fast moving, I got to tell you. So it's a small facility, but it is intended to be commercial, and it will, as I said earlier, likely be the first rare earth element, full service rare earth element processor in Canada, and the first rare earth element metallization facility in North America.
Which would also be fed by potentially the Ashram deposit in Canada as well. So it's just a great cycle of Canadian assets there.
Exactly. You know, the vertical integration, the whole security of supply aspect, as everyone basically who is not a Chinese company is looking to reduce or eliminate China as their dominant source of supply. You know, this is a great opportunity for all of those downstream manufacturers who are looking to manufacture all of these products that are rare earth element dependent. And arguably, a lot of people don't understand what is included in that list of rare earth dependent products, such as, I mean, people often think of, you know, the green transformation or the green industry. And so they think about rare earth element permanent magnets. And yes, that is a huge part of the market. But the other side of it, you know, is the internal combustion engine. And so to manufacture a current internal combustion engine vehicle, you would need cerium carbonate to manufacture the catalytic converter, and you would also need lanthanum oxide to process oil into gasoline in terms of producing a fuel cell cracking catalyst, which is essential to transforming oil into gasoline. So a very large part of the market are actually the rare earth elements used in the service of internal combustion engine vehicles. However, the more valuable rare earth elements, those are the four that are used in magnet manufacturing, and that is what the Ashram has in spades. So we have one of the highest distributions of these four rare earth elements. And currently, even with some downward price pressure over the last year, terbium, for example, is worth $1 million per ton, and dysprosium is worth $300,000 per ton. So these are very valuable commodities, and the Ashram is very well endowed with these.
Well, we're excited to see what happens in the next coming months, and we'll look for news to update shareholders on. Is there anything else you wanted to say?
I just want to say that we are also looking at completing and releasing an updated resource estimate for the Ashram deposit, considering that we've more than doubled the drill data on this asset since the last resource was put out. So I'm excited about that, to get that out as well.
And we should note as well that you are spinning out the capacitor metals, which will be the Blue River property. So that's something that you'll see updates on in the next couple months as well.
Yes, absolutely. And, we've received overwhelming, statements of support for this coming from investors, shareholders, and the industry. And we felt that this was the right time to basically separate the company along geographic lines, mainly because of the issues specifically in terms of the tantalum and the niobium oxide market. The tantalum market has been very stable, or the demand for tantalum is stable, but the supply has had major issues over the last 4 to 5 years. In terms of niobium oxide, there's been a significant perception of increased market demand for specifically niobium oxide, which is what our Upper Fur deposit was always intending to produce. So considering both of those upsides in both of those commodities, we felt it was time to create a separate company just for our Blue River assets.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. And I think shareholders are, like you said, just very excited about it. So again, we'll keep everybody updated with that as well. And if you have any questions, please reach out to Commerce Resources and Chris Grove. And Chris, we'll talk soon.
Sounds great. Thanks, Colton. Appreciate it.
Thanks.